Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. We're gonna do this. We're not gonna fall down. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. Oh fuck. No. Whoa! Ah, shit! Yes.
Oh, there's others.
Oh no! Oh no! I'm seeing the yellow. Oh shit! I'm gonna fall down! Oh shit! God damn it! I went for a little swim. God damn it!
That's too funny.
That's Captain Kickass, for those of you that don't know. He's a great guy to play with. So welcome to the show. This is it. First official inaugural episode of Council's Corner. I'm Kitty, whatever you want to call me, I don't care. And yeah, this is us.
I'm Zayliki. I play Zenith as one of my 40 DPS mage, but I also have a subclass that I'm trying to be a tank. New to the game, haven't been playing very long.
I'm the same. I'm Kaylee. I have a level 40 support. I have also a subclass almost to a 40. Almost. I haven't played very much either. We started at the same time.
Hey, I'm Bone and Zenith. I'm level 40 DPS. I play all sorts of VR games, and I'm happy to be here and to be talking with you folks. It's going to be a fun night, I can tell. We got my man Meta there. We got Kitty, we got Budo, Zayliki, and Kayliki. We're gonna have really fun talking about some VR stuff, baby.
Hello. Oh, that was nice. That was me.
I was just dethroned. I'm over here just trying to be a pot leaf.
You keep doing that. You keep doing that, Meta. Anyways, I'm Budo. My first headset was my first headset was a Nintendo Virtual Boy from 95 or 96. So I've been interested in VR for a long time, although that didn't count as VR. Anyways, I'm loving this game. Looking forward to the chat. Also have a really cute kitty. So there you go.
There you go.
Oh.
Sorry. I was smoking some of myself. Hi. I am MetaQuester. I should be sequestered, but I wave, and I have a level 40 tank mage as well as a level 40 healer support, and I tank world boss and get really stoned a lot of the time. But other than that, I'm guild leader, and it's a fun fucking time. It's a fun time. I'm gonna smoke a bowl now.
I don't know if you can actually say any of that on Twitch. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess, if anyone ever watches.
I can tone it down.
His eyes, that's what's killing me, is his eyes are going crazy.
Are they getting redder? They are.
Well, his eye one goes lazy and closes. Now he's angry.
Oh, look who just showed up.
Yes! I figured it out! Yes!
Now introduce yourself.
Introduce myself. This is Keyword. You know what it is. I play that VR. I love that VR. I've been playing Zenith. I love it. I play a... Do I need to introduce myself fully? Like, what do I do? Like...
This has been practiced and rehearsed. We are all good right now. Go on, Kier.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're fine.
Okay, I'm just gonna lay it out. I play the Essence Mage Kier on Crimson. I am one of the leaders of Crimson Council, and I am so excited to have found my laptop charger.
There you go.
It's good stuff. Good
You
stuff.
can tell my video is crap because I'm not quite ready for this, but
We'll get there. This is episode
It's
1.
only gonna
There's
get
one person watching right now. So
Is it my
it's
wife?
probably
My
one of
mind.
us.
Honey, if you're watching, I'm a good influence.
babe, if you're out there,
You're responding in his assistance. Honey, if you're
this is
watching.
me in the full. You like it or not,
Oh man.
this is what you get.
Oh, I'll make a Discord announcement.
It's a little late now. Like that was
We
6
are
hours
here.
ago when we
If you
told
want
you
to
to do
see
it.
a talking pot leaf,
Makes an announcement.
if you want to see a talking pot leaf, join the so. Kitty, I don't have the link. I need you to post at everyone.
Everyone.
So anyways, while I'm doing that for the pot leaf in the corner, you guys want to talk about kind of where this idea came from and why we're here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
I
talk
think
about that.
Bonley should go first because
Bonley?
Yeah, so what happened was that in Zenith you're playing a MMORPG.
Hold on. Can you wait until the semi truck passes and then try again? Like your audio just left. Like, is there a train in the background? What's going on over there?
Oh, I don't know. You can't hear me?
I can now. But
Okay, well, what's it called? Yeah, so in Zenith, you're playing an MMORPG in the VR, and so you're experiencing everything yourself. And when you start out playing the game, you're just playing the game, but then you meet a lot of cool people, and then we joined this guild, and then all of a sudden the game turned into us just hanging out all the time. And playing the game became an aside to us just having these fun conversations. And so we came up with this idea that, we could take our conversations about VR in general and about the MMORPG community and about the genre and, bring it to you guys so that, we can have a chat about VR that, is worth having now with as many people are into it.
yeah. And just to carry off of that, like me, Meta, and Fink, and Jay-Woo, and well, he's not part of the guild, but Cal Formorian, we all kind of just found ourselves in
Cal.
one night, and that's kind of what kicked off the idea of Crimson Council. Was we had like 20-30 people at one invasion, and me and Meta were like, what if we created a guild? And then Jay-Woo was like, it would be awesome if we just created a guild that focused on the invasions and the world boss and just bringing people together. And then Cal Formorian was like, okay, well, if that's how we're going to do it, then what if it was like the Crimson Council, so that kind of everybody had a vote and everybody had an idea and nobody was really forced into being a specific thing. Everybody kind of had a role, and it just kind of blew up into so much more. And now we're like, what did you say, Meta? We're like the third biggest guild in Zenith right now?
We're pretty large, man. I don't know exactly how big, but like we got some girth. Like let me just tell you. I know Laughing Coffin is bigger than us because they have like 400 or some crazy members, but with 150 people, like I haven't run into anyone bigger than us other than Laughing Coffin. Maybe Knights of the Blood, but I don't know how many people they have.
I've never even seen them.
But yeah, man, it was wild. So one sec.
Oh my god.
It was wild. It was wild because I was part of the Cannabis Collective. I was one of 2 members in the Cannabis Collective. And in the Cannabis Collective, we smoked pot. And so
it's kind of.
And I ran into them and I was like, guys, isn't it great right now that like we can all just chill?
Yeah.
So I left the Cannabis Collective and formed the Crimson Council.
Yeah. what happened was we kind of were like, who should create the guild? And I tried to create the guild, but my game was just lagging out because he's is what it is. And so I was like, Meta, you're the guy. You do it. You try
I
it. And he
raced.
tried it
I've
and
never
it
opened
worked.
my menu so fast.
And here we are. Here we
So
are
how did
doing
you
a live
create it?
stream now. Please
And
ignore
somehow we
the.
ended up here.
I mean, you don't have to ignore them. Those are my girlfriend's paintings back there. So
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
if you're looking for any art, let me know.
He's chilling already. He just started. Ready to go.
Yeah, let's get more than 3 followers that aren't us, and then go for that.
Right.
Kier's over here like, guys. Would you like to
No,
buy
he's
some
not.
weed?"
It's you.
I have the drugs. They're inside the paintings.
They really, yeah, no. This one here, me and my girlfriend, I am kind of proud of it actually. I convinced her to do Molly with me one night, and we painted that.
To be clear, this
is about the
podcast is about
VRMMO.
VR games,
Yeah.
not all the ludicrous amounts of drugs these two
But I had
do.
his own little question. There it is, man.
That is fantastic. It's just amazing. I'm so happy we're doing this right now, and I can't stop cheesing, and I hate that I can't figure out how to recalibrate my pot leaf face because I'm just an angry little pot leaf, or very
You
sleepy.
really are. You're just like, I don't know if I want to be here.
Yeah, my eyes apparently are having a full-on seizure, but it's a good day to be a pot leaf.
So we got Captain Kickass in the chat. He has a great comment. He said, "Is that first? First is what he said."
Oh, we're getting into the thick of it now.
So, that's official. You realize that's the first comment ever made on our
Right, he made the
podcast.
first
It's a
comment.
kick-ass.
One of these days, you can turn that
comment.
into an NFT, and you're going to be rich.
With the
I'm making an
with the
NFT right
Spanish
now with my little grubby
exclamation
hands.
point.
Did you say an STD?
You didn't even explain the
STD?
I don't know.
So, so yeah,
Can-
we're just throwing the outline out the window at this point.
No, let's go with the first topic. I think we've busted up enough.
Shit,
Let's actually go into the
outline.
first topic. You go ahead, Kitty. Tell us about what we're going to talk about.
So yeah, today's episode, what we thought we'd go over is virtual reality MMOs, because that's what we're all into, and it's what brought us all together here. And it's crazy because we've got this group of people that, if you can't tell, we're all very different, but we all really get along. It's been a great time. And so, it's that social aspect of virtual reality that, no one talks about, no one really sees. And it's so much different than any other gaming platform, because you're really there. Yeah, kind of. And, so we wanted to kind of look at that and try to understand or converse about why it is that way and how it got to this point, and then what we kind of expect from it after the new games come out and where it's going to head to. So kind of the first talking area we were going to hit today is the past. So the title of the show is Past, Present, and Future for this episode.
Okay, well, I was born. First of all, I was born in 1994, and
It all really started when my seeds
when
sprouted.
my parents met, I think in the 80s.
So when I say past, we're kind of talking about VR, MMOs, gaming. Immediately my thoughts kind of go to thinking about EverQuest and WoW, and the flat MMOs of the past. Do you have an opinion there, Kier?
RuneScape.
I have an opinion as someone.
No, hold on, because your viewpoint is very interesting.
Yes,
Because out of all of us here, this is your first MMO, right?
Mine
that
as
is
well.
mostly correct.
Mostly
Mostly
correct.
correct. So
You
my
played some
first
RuneScape?
MMO, I was like 11, and I played like a month of Pirates of the Caribbean Online. I think I might have played Wizard 101 for like a week.
He's like a little kid.
With my little sister.
He's like 11.
But as far as like actually playing an MMO, no, this would be the first one that I've played actually, and I think that's awesome because I don't think I ever would have if it hadn't been in VR. Truthfully, it opens up a whole other aspect. Like it, and I don't think it's just because it's an MMO. Pop 1 is technically an MMO, but like Population 1, like the first-person shooter, but it's an MMORPG. That's what opens the doorways, man. Like, it's a role-playing game, and you're in the fucking game. Like, Captain Kick-Ass, man. By the way, Captain, if you're out there, you were first. But he was telling me, he's like, man, my whole life I've like been playing games and he said he hadn't been playing games. But like now he's in the fucking game, and I was like, yeah, man, like you're a part of it. It really feels like it transports you. It's like a transcendence thing, and as that evolves, it's gonna be wild. It's also really fun to get high and go in VR. If you haven't tried.
Try it.
So,
And I just wanted to point out, because William came into the chat and he said back to the Virtual Boy VR thing. I just want to repeat that. Yeah, I did have that, but it didn't work and it sucked. If we're gonna talk about the past, but like, yeah, that's way past. Yeah.
Virtual Boy. I mean, if we are talking, the real history of VR, that was my very first experience with anything that wasn't flat, like seeing 3D. Like I hadn't even done one of those 3D movies with the blue and red lenses. So my first 3D image was a Virtual Boy.
And I just think it's fascinating that when you look at the Virtual Boy headset, it's very similar to what headsets look like today.
It hasn't changed. It doesn't need to, right?
I will say my first 3D experience was also a boy, but it was
Whoa.
what was it? It was
3DS.
no, like what was it? Like Fireboy and Lava Girl or something? Like what?
Okay.
But yeah, I remember going to Blockbuster like twice a week, and I would just shove my face in that sweaty headset. And what was the game? It was like Red Alert or something. It was a terrible game. Didn't really have anything. You just kind of ran around and shot, kind of like Doom or something. But it was in 3D. You saw the stuff coming at you, and it was really cool. And I mean, yeah, as far as VR roots, I kind of feel like that. And then, there was a movie called Lawnmower Man, and that really, as a kid, I remember thinking it was like a horror movie about some guy that like has lawnmowers for hands or something. I don't know. And then I watched it, and just the whole concept of being in a computer and this virtual universe that exists on a chip just really started striking in way back then, and how just amazing it would be to not be here, So
Damn. That's depressingly optimistic.
That's how you gotta be.
Oh, yeah. William says reboot. Did you guys watch that?
Oh yeah, I
Like
watched every episode of
ABC
Reboot.
Kids way
Yes.
back in the day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Antivirus running around.
You guys are going too far back for me.
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot you're 12.
That's
I'm
but
not fucking 12.
How are you? Hold on one second. How are you seeing this chat? What are you looking at? What are you talking about?
Let's see if we do that. New comments will display.
We have a guest appearance.
I'm here, I swear. What's up, William?
Guys, this is upsetting. Are we all sitting here staring at our comment section hoping someone posts?
Pretty much.
It's empty. Okay.
No, Kier was just concerned that we were all reading chat and he couldn't see it because he doesn't have it open on another computer or a
missing out on
screen or a
something here.
phone.
Kier,
But
I have a pot
my
leaf. I don't even have thumbs. I don't either.
okay, well, I played, so I played the VR. I played the Virtual Boy as well. I remember the tennis game. I don't remember the shooting game, but I remember the tennis game in there. I used to play that, and then after that, I liked the 3D TVs and things like that. But I got the Gear VR for your phone when you would take the phone and put it in the front, and the games were so god awful in that. It was more or less experiences. But I had some amazing experiences in there. Like I remember I watched the NCAA championship game where I was sitting on the court and the guy hit the winning shot right next to me. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I watched the whole game in VR. I'm like, this is amazing. Clearly this is going somewhere, but it's not there yet. So I sort of avoided VR, and then I saw where PC VR, but it was so damn expensive. And then once Oculus came out, I jumped right on it. And then this is my first MMO RPG as well. I've played a ton of RPGs, but never an MMO RPG because I never got it. I just didn't get it. Like, it just didn't. The connectivity wasn't there for me. But in Zenith, it is. You know what I mean? What are we cracking up about? What the hell is going on?
Side comments. Keep talking. You're doing great.
You're doing great.
You're fine.
It's all good. No, but the Oculus when it came out, coming out for that cheap, like $300, it's enough to get anybody to give it a try, compared to all the different systems that are out there. It's affordable. The games are affordable, and it's something to where everybody's willing to try it. And when you get in there, it's just a whole another stage from where the gear was. And I know there's been a couple stages in between. But right now, I think anybody can jump in and have fun with this thing.
Now
And
there
We'll
is that problem
say,
with
if we're
motion
talking outside the outline, because clearly we are at this point. This just throw that out there. VR
I mean,
past
you're a
would
pot
really
leaf.
far
You say
forward
whatever you want.
to the future.
We're going through the whole outline immediately on each thing. We'll just do that the whole night, probably. That's okay.
Oh fuck! I'm a pot leaf.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
it's free form.
Wow. I personally
but
kind of want to hear
if
from
we're
Zane
talking-
K and see what
I
their
would
first
say-
impression.
Did you guys all have an issue with motion sickness at all? Like, I mean, especially you, Meta. I mean, you smoke weed all day. Does it help with motion sickness? That was one of our big issues. I was mad as hell because I thought
Man.
I just bought all these headsets. We waste money because we can't play and because we got motion sickness. She was worse than I was.
It was bad.
But Zenith, we have not had no motion sickness whatsoever. But is the pot a solution?
So-
Is that why you smoke?
Oh, it might be. I wouldn't know. I smoked before this too.
I didn't have motion sickness, but I had this weird sensation after like playing a lot when I first got the headset. It was in playing games. It was like I don't know. It was like I was disconnected from my body. It was a weird
Yeah.
experience. Yeah,
Like the weirdest hangover you've ever experienced, right?
Never
Leo?
experienced.
yeah.
And then add alcohol or anything like that. When we first drank, that was, I don't know. She didn't do too well in that the little dancing moment that we had at the
We can
tavern.
talk about that.
We could talk about it,
Well,
but
I was on the
it's
swimming
different
pool. I
because
don't
we
care.
don't really go out and you should have seen she spun around and fell in that chair over there. But for us, we were a lot locked in with COVID, and so social was kind of down. We were kind of like bored, didn't have much to do. So when we got onto the VR, I don't know. I guess I didn't maintain my composure because I met you guys. And I think we stalked Kitty for God, like I don't even know. I was running
It's
around.
about a week.
Right. I was looking for booty. He popped up. I was like, hey, and we just followed him around.
Captain Kickass. I
Yeah.
must say,
Yes.
I'm not that much of a stoner. I'm a little offended, but you're not extremely far off at the same time.
He's
I-
offended.
Yes, exactly.
But so back to the question about motion sickness.
Yes, so I would love to answer that because it was directed to moi.
Yeah.
So
There's the talking stick, buddy.
I
Your,
have
your
the
hands
wait,
are awfully
wait,
tiny.
I can do the
And
talking stick. Here's the
I think
talking
most people
stick.
pull the twigs.
Let's see him lighting up one of his fingers and puffing on it. I don't know. It just looks like something he would do.
Wait,
They look like moon blunt.
I don't know what to tell you. It's just what it is.
Just so everyone knows, Meta's concern with appearing on camera was that future employers may not find him desirable. So his solution is to show up as a giant planted pot leaf, and still have his exact voice. And
He has a very
he's going to put this on his resume as well. So, it's going to be great.
genius. That's what I say, genius.
Genius.
Okay, so the locomotion question, right? I sound intelligent. Locomotion is a big word. So about that, I started with Beat Saber, and it made things a lot easier. Because you're standing in one place, you're not moving a lot. Once you do enough hours of Beat Saber, honestly, you should move to something that's like seated but isn't moving. Like, don't go to Onward. Like, don't go straight to Population 1. Don't go to a game that's going to move you with the joystick. That's going to mess you up. You need like something that's going to teleport you around, like Blast On. By the time you're ready for Zenith and you're flying around and stuff, like, if this was my first VR game, I don't know how some of you guys do it. I'd be vomiting everywhere. You think I could be high this whole time? I would need some Dramamine every time I put on my headset. It's a lot, but it helps if you use snapped turns instead of smooth turns. Feels more natural. It's just, you have to get used to it. It's like VR legs. That's what they call them.
VR legs. Yep.
Makes sense.
I introduced my girlfriend to VR with Zenith, and about every 30-45 minutes she's like, I gotta take my headset off and go outside and get some fresh air because I'm about to vomit everywhere.
We haven't gotten to play with her yet.
You will.
And I think it turns a lot of people off because people think that you can just jump straight into a game like Zenith, and like, because there's not been a game medium before where it's like you have to do astronaut training, you're about to blast off into VR, you need to go to some zero gravity places first. But like, you can't just jump into like a fast moving VR game. You're gonna lose your lunch. You have to, you'll just go for a cruise for 3 years if you've never done it before. Like,
that was a damn good lunch. I don't want to lose.
Don't give her none.
In general with VR, I think that's what makes it so unique of an experience is what you're talking about. It's the fact that you can't just jump in and play anything and try anything. You really do have to build yourself up to be comfortable with these games and to be comfortable with the heights and the movement and all that. You have to get yourself there to do it. And that leads to a much more rewarding experience when you're playing. You really enjoy it a lot more because you actually have to go through the motions to be able to do these things. Not anybody can do it. And it can be a lot, but what helped me a lot is that I started with the roller coaster game. Because I'm just sitting. I don't do anything.
No,
I don't have to move anywhere.
That's the worst thing to start VR with.
That's what I did. I jumped on the roller coaster and it scared the shit out of me sometimes. But I'm like, I got to get used to this because there's so many cool games out there that are hyped and that are moving. And I'm like, I'm not going to be able to play any of these games. So I just jumped on the roller coaster game and just started riding roller coaster. And even though I'm scared of heights, like, and some of those things, like the spaceship, like, I don't know if you guys have rode all the roller coasters on there, but some of them are pretty crazy. And, I actually prefer the smooth turn.
I've heard people say this. I don't get it. It makes me, even now, it still makes me nauseous.
If I'm turning my head like this, it's smooth. There's no snap. Like, that's too glitchy for me. Like, I want to.
You're literally turning your head. I'm too lazy for that, man. I just use the thumbstick.
No. I use the joystick, and I'm just saying in life and in general, if I turn my head at all, it's smooth. Like, it more simulates reality. So I prefer the smooth turn.
So
but
it's definitely smooth turn.
So
Nothing
what about
takes me out of an experience like a snap turn.
What about what?
Yeah. I'll have to try
Have
it.
you guys ever had any safety issues? Because I know I have.
Oh, have you not punched the wall before?
I've punched walls. I popped my
this
zero.
right here,
rookie
I don't know how many
errors.
times I punched that.
Now, I've been lucky because I play outside, so I'm outside here hanging out.
Yeah, no, we're in the
You're a wild card. Every group needs one, but they're like, what VR game do you start with? I fucking did the roller
I could have
coaster.
swore in the
Where do you
rules
play your
in the
VR?
booklet,
Outside.
it said do
I played
not
only
play
at night though.
outside.
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
play
We
at
need to
night
get the
outside.
phone.
So I know it will burn your screen if you play outside.
he's
I play
right.
mine outside at night.
We had this conversation.
So
He
that's-
knows.
Yeah.
You know?
So it will only burn your screen if you let the sun hit the lenses.
This is
Directly.
true.
So it won't do anything to the sensors. Your sensors are fine.
We need to get some.
So that's the misconception. A
Right.
lot of people think it'll burn your sensors out. No, you
I-
could
I
do.
don't risk it.
Now,
I
if
wouldn't
the
risk it.
sun is too bright, it can't see the infrared on your controllers, so you won't be able to track. But on a like overcast day or something, you're fine. But if your headset's upside down, the sun hits those lenses and it just, concentrates there on the screen. So I
gotta
wanted to clear
say-
that up really quick. Like you can play outside, you can have a lot of fun outside.
So just go into the chat real quick. I completely agree with Misty. They've been having a little discussion in here about snapped versus smooth turn, and I've been catching up because I want to see my side of the argument win, but I'm also extremely biased. But I really agree with Misty's advice here about turning IRL. Helps so much. But snap when seated, because I only really ever play seated unless I'm doing Beat Saber, and
I never play seated.
Yeah, but that's
Maybe
because
the
we're
difference.
mages. It's like you don't need to chop.
Well, that's the exclusive reason I chose mage. I realized that my first character was actually a DPS swordsman, believe it or not, But after about 5 minutes, I realized I was gonna want to play a lot of this game, and I didn't want to stand that whole time.
Kier is demonstrating.
I'm just now realizing that I have never played in this chair, and I will always do so from now on.
You don't play in a swivel chair? Rookie mistake. You gotta
When
be able
you
to
wanna
catch them on a dime.
Here, when you want to climb and you're in the spinning chair, you can like spin around. I don't know how many times that saved me on the boss platform when I start to fall. Like I can spin myself around and land in that little divot on the bottom.
But that's because you can't fly. You guys can't. You can't.
Okay,
do
look, we don't have to talk about the flying. Why don't we talk about meta right now?
Oh my gosh, I found that area that it took Kier to earlier where you fly, and it's like under the game devs don't ban me. I didn't use any exploits. This is just it's an open area.
Hang
of the
on
map,
1 second.
and it's not my fault.
Go ahead
This
and
is-
mute MetaQuester real quick.
So this is an important thing to talk about. Is they are banning people for discussing specifics of exploits or cheating. So we can't get into specifics about how to do it, but I think we can still say we did it because it doesn't sound like they're banning people for doing it. They're just banning people for helping other people.
That's
do
fine. That's fine.
We
So I'll
all
keep this higher
found
level
the
here.
Pool of death together.
We can use the code words that we made for the area. So we traveled to the pool of death and traversed the plains of nowhere to go to the underside area, the underside grotto,
area.
where we flew to the iceberg tip. From the iceberg tip, we then it sounds like I'm giving a riddle. From the iceberg tip, we flew into the hidden waterfall, and from there, we had our private conversation.
Did he
Which
just do
probably
So-
sounded just like this conversation.
And through explaining that in the way that I did, the only thing I could think of to follow that up with is I didn't do anything wrong. I'm a poppy. You don't even know that this is MetaQuest. I could be anyone.
So Real Link Tank says scooter flying and omni booping are legit. As far as I can tell from my research, they are legit. They have known about it since their alpha testing, and they actually balanced it out so it would be fair and use stamina. So it is a skill to be able to fly like that, and you can ask Zay if you don't believe it's a skill.
Wait, hold on now. Don't keep throwing me under the bus now about my flying. But I always
He
said, I
loves
wanna
his
see how- I
Y'all
wanna
just
see
reminded
how
me what
y'all
I was
fly.
saying.
So if you have your headset on, what do you look like when you fly? Because I've seen so many different people. Okay, so you look.
Yeah,
Okay,
I would
that's it.
show you, but I'm a pot leaf.
You kind of lean
No.
forward a little
An
bit,
idiot.
and you just like
my-
you're
my
Look at that
problem
one
is-
arm going.
It's a little bit like this.
that one
It's a
arm
little bit
moving.
like this.
There it is.
I've tried that and I plummeted to my death. I knew they was going to talk about my flying. I'm not
So-
that bad. I'm getting better.
But you are
Wait.
though, because that's what I was about to say.
Yeah,
You wouldn't be able to
When
get to
he
the
turns
hidden
around-
waterfall. You would
But
fall
again,
into the
that's-
map.
Everybody else except for him.
that's attributing it as a skill because you couldn't do it. So it's not so much an exploit or something like that. It's something that you're learning to do. And as you get better at it, you're able to move better in the game. So it's not something you get better at because you get points. It's something you get better at because you actually learn how to do it.
Wait,
I will
who's
say
calling
that
me
I
out
think-
though? Who's
This
calling
is
me
a-
out?
This is a quick little.
Oh, Small.
We
Okay.
haven't heard you talk yet, Budo. What's going
Oh,
on
yeah.
over there, Mr. Quiet Man?
Oh, the gauntlet has been thrown. You've been officially called out in
I
chat.
know. I
Wait,
know.
what? Oh, God, zero. Anyways, but I don't know. No, it's interesting. I haven't learned how to do that flying technique yet. I know it exists,
That's
but I
why
still
he
haven't.
was quiet.
We can
Yeah.
practice.
It's a game changer.
Wait,
I'm telling
Budo, you don't fast fly?
I haven't learned it yet. But
No, I'm
but
gonna
it's
How do
teach
you-
you the moment I see
How do you get anywhere?
Hold on, Budo.
very slowly, I guess. No.
I was level
I'll
40
be-
before I learned. I'm not gonna lie. I was level 40 and then I figured it out finally.
I on my first day as a level 40, I entered the desert, just a meek little boy,
Yeah.
and I ran into someone who was like, "Oh, you don't know how to fast fly? Oh, you're gonna have a hard time with endgame content. No one's gonna wait on you." And I was like, "I guess I better get good."
You
And,
think
like,
that I
it's-
would have jumped right into it when we were playing with Kitty and who else were we with? Chai. There was a few of us,
Yeah.
and he's a
Chi.
professional flyer, and I'm getting there. But this fool right here wanted to go from one. Oh, Peter Pan. One platform to another platform to circle around
Yeah,
and kill
that's
all
right.
those little ghost things. And by the time I get my little butt self up there, they be coming off of it. I got so irritated. I was like, man, I'm gonna watch them. I'll watch and stand right there and wait till that next mob pop up. But you do have to know how to fly. But I swear, I practice. It just doesn't work.
Yeah,
You know
so
what?
I just
was
want
the
to say
difference?
one thing about this fast flying thing, because I just more than just like attacking Zig for not knowing how to fast fly.
I mean, get
So-
it,
So other than this, oh wait, let's see what's over here in the chat section.
See,
Captain
kick ass.
Kickass is sitting in his living room, like, God
That's
damn it.
that's how I look like. I'm all sitting there going like this, and like you should see us climb and everything else. We look like a bunch
Oh
of
my
retards.
gosh!
What
So
made
Right,
the
about
Harley,
the fast
damn it.
flying.
You know what made the difference for me was using your thumb and pushing yourself forward and moving forward at the same time. I was
You
just
have to
flying
do that.
without directing myself.
It doesn't work
I started
without pushing
myself
forward.
It
Oh,
helped
yes,
me
it
when
does.
you were moving.
I get the forward. It's like every time I always feel like I have to jump and then go forward, and then there goes my whole stamina. Like my whole stamina bar gone.
What tier of stamina are you?
I'm at the we're at the 60, so we're doing 7. Are we doing 7?
You should be, man, you should be fine.
I'm sucking them up like
No, you should be fine.
Meta does bongs. I'm literally going through my stamina at a ridiculous rate. It's retarded. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
So
You gotta
like
figure it out.
with the fast flying for. Hey guys, so with the fast flying for me, I didn't realize how essential it was. But
Yeah.
I kind of like, if I'm being honest, I really like the way that Zenith has done it as like a. I wish I could do air quotes as a pot leaf, but I can't. So I really wish Zenith had. Stop flexing your fingers at me. I don't have any at the moment. So.
Need to point straight.
You have
So
them.
guys, let me finish. So what I wish, no, I really like what Zenith has done because it made it so that people who are new to VR locomotion who might get dizzy literally can't do that to start out, because if they went straight into moving that quick and having to move like that, they might just not pick the game back up. That might be too much for some people to start, but by making it so that like the actual standard thing is just gliding, but that you can eventually do that if you want, it's genius. Like, and I'll say, once you get used to being able to move that fast in a 3D space, I tried Orbis the other day, and I felt like I would have loved that game if I played it first. But after like moving through the locomotion of Zenith and like being able to move that quickly, get from point A to point B, like the freedom of movement, I'm telling you, like that like makes or breaks a VR game right now. You need
So
to
that
feel
brings
like
us-
you can move.
That brings us to our second topic.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
same.
right into our
Here's-
second topic.
Here's movement in Zenith if you've got it down. And here's movement in Orbis when you're running fast. And here's what it looks like when you're attacked.
And yes, no, that's perfect. But just and before we get to the second topic, does anybody else have anything to say about who had played MMOs before VR and like is
I
there anything like
Oh yeah, we had a ton of
that's
stuff to
There's
talk
so
about,
much.
and
I've
then
been playing
we started
MMOs since I
reacting to
was
chat.
10 years old. RuneScape, EverQuest, World of Warcraft, and other indie ones that I'm not gonna name here. You name it, I've been in there.
Yep.
and so for those
120 and WoW, and it's such an immersive experience that when I got my headset, I was like, oh cool, I'll be able to play these VR games and shoot people and like climb stuff and throw a frisbee. And then I was looking through the games one day and I saw Zenith and I about shit myself. I was like, is this it? Is this the World of Warcraft I've been looking for?
That's what I said. That's her and I. That's all we play. I don't play anything single player. I refuse. I'm a social person. If you guys don't know that, I'm very social. She's not. She is. But she's
I
not.
can be.
Yeah.
But when I used to play EverQuest just to get away from everything, and it felt like you were in the world because you did meet these people. But now I get to actually see these people, and I like to. Kitty always laughs at me because I'll be sitting there talking to somebody, and I'll start yelling across the map, and he's like, just because you're yelling, they can't hear you. I'm like, you have to go closer. So it's like more of an interaction, makes you feel there. I don't know. It was a big game changer having that headset.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I gotta say, how many of us was this our first VR MMO? Did anyone play Orbis here first?
I played Orbis first. I was totally into
That's
Orbis.
perfect. We'll be able to get your opinion after we talk for a moment.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Really?
So what was your first experience in VR running up to another player and interacting with them in an MMO format while in a virtual world? Like what was your first experience like? Was it like natural? Was it awkward? What was that like for you guys?
Finally,
Oh,
go first.
My first experience meeting people was in the Forever VR bowling. So I met a really nice couple in bowling, and we would hang out, once a week and bowl together, whatever. Just nice people, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. So that was it. I just bowling with some people, getting it going, and my first thing was just very positive,
awesome.
very friendly in general. Yeah, that was my first experience.
So do we count VR chat as an MMO, guys?
I mean,
I don't want to
100%.
involve anything with our
Yeah.
genre. Take that VR chat and put that to the side, because every negative video I ever see having to do with VR is somehow VR chat involved. Every single
Because-
time. The only game
because-
that has problems like that.
Because people are toxic. That's why it happens.
Well, it seems
You can't
exactly
blame the platform
Yeah.
It's like
because
your link
when you
to
give
that
people that
said-
kind of a
And I think a difference is that
MMO is technically short for MMORPG, so
not anymore.
not
That's
anymore.
the thing, because it only made sense in that RPG format back then, because you had MUDs and you had RPGs, and that's when it made sense.
But to me,
But now
MMO
with the
yeah.
social platforms, you can MMO anything, So
And
I mean,
yeah.
Like Pop
it's
One, that's-
massively multiplayer. That's what it means. You've got ridiculous amounts of people. So you could call Call of Duty at this point an MMO. You've got 100 people on a map. That's massively multiplayer.
Yeah.
But
But
I
again,
yeah.
for me, an MMO is all about the social experience. So the reason WoW And I mean, I was addicted to WoW. Like, I couldn't get out of it. You get in, you're talking to your guild. I would literally spend hours just standing around Stormwind talking, doing absolutely nothing, getting nowhere.
Doing nothing.
I
Standing
was
on
like
that
a level
fountain outside of the
yeah,
bank.
on the
Just
fucking
talking to
fountain, right?
people.
That's
Right,
what he's
level
doing.
21, just not getting anywhere.
He wants to talk, and we're like, come on, we're here for business. Here's the social.
Kiddo, we know
And-
that's true.
And so that,
Right next to me. We so good.
Jesus.
Okay.
I know.
Oh, yeah,
that was before the auction house. When the
Oh,
auction house came out, it was just crazy. Because then, everyone was in Stormwind for a reason. But I my computer, I couldn't even go into Ironforge. Like, it was just like 3 frames a minute if I tried to go into Ironforge, because it was just so populated you couldn't do anything. But my first VR experience was actually there's a program called VorpX, and you can take any flat game and put it into VR. And so I took World of Warcraft and put it into VR. And it's kind of cool because you get to see the world through the eyes of your character, but it really sucks because you're still doing hotkeys and all of that. You're still running with WASD. You're not actually doing the locomotion, which is what makes VR so addicting to me, is, you're actually in the game. You're not just kind of a tourist in the game. But I totally forgot what I was talking about. So
No, that was good. That was good.
You're
That
not
was good
allowed to
background.
do that. I'm the puppy.
So what do you guys see for as far as Zenith? Like, do you think they'll expand the amount of people on one server? Like,
Well,
I
let's
think they won't.
let's compare Orbis and Zenith and talk a little bit about that stuff first, and then talk about afterwards where it's going to go. Let's just talk
I
about
like this
where it's at right now.
Well,
So-
one
You want to
question.
get into the second one, Kitty? Second subject, second topic.
what about it? We've been on the second topic since the show started.
No, I think this is the right time.
Officially topic 2.
We talked about the past. We've talked about the past and your guys' experience in the past. But I'll just say, like, because I was the only one that played Orbis before Zenith.
Yeah, let's hear that.
That and another question that was had was what was your first experience with people? It was kind of the beginning of the game, so they just put you in the ending point or the starting point, and everybody just kind of didn't know what was going on. There wasn't very good instruction, and I can't remember the exact way, but it's the same thing that happens in Zenith, is that a lot of the players are helping each other figure it out. You've kind of got to ask, hey, what does this mean? Where is that? How do I do this? And then they kind of help you out. And then eventually it got to the place that you guys were talking about, that I'm not even playing the game. I'm just hanging out in the virtual tavern, just talking to people for like 3 hours. But when it comes to comparing them, like, I loved Orbis when I played it before Zenith, but having played Zenith for a while, trying to go back to Orbis, I could only last 5 minutes. And I was like, no way, I can't fucking do this. There's just no way with that locomotion. And you can't see yourself. I mean, it makes such a huge difference. And Zenith is far from perfect. So it's just kind of interesting to think how those kinds of advances will just kind of really change it. But there are a lot of possible mechanics in Orbis that are fun. And there's a little more depth. Maybe you get to have a pet dragon, and that's pretty awesome. But it's just all about that movement. That's like kind of the real important thing in VR somehow, which I didn't really see coming.
I feel like that's really the problem, is there does have to be a middle ground between Orbis and Zenith, because these two games hit so heavy in different areas. In Zenith, when I log in, it's the closest I've gotten to forgetting I'm in my office when I'm playing VR. No matter what I'm doing, I know I'm in here. I'm aware of the walls. I'm not hitting stuff. And then when I get into Zenith, there's like almost that suspension of reality where maybe I am flying, maybe I'm really pumping around and throwing fireballs at stuff. It's the closest it gets, and they did that right. And Orbis, it's the exact opposite. I'm thinking about, crap, what button am I pushing right now? I don't want to teleport. No, I just want to walk over there. Why can't I jump? Where are my feet? Where are my feet?
Where's my damn journal? How do I? Oh, I got it.
The first time I opened the book, I couldn't get rid of it. I walked around for 20 minutes with a book in front of my face. And I tried, like it said, grab it. And I'm trying to grab it. I couldn't grab it in the right spot. I kept flipping pages. And I'm like, turning a page feels really good in Orbis. They did that really well. You feel like you're grabbing a page and turning it. So that's pretty cool. But you got a book in your face for 20 minutes because you don't understand the mechanic enough.
It's not intuitive. The idea
it's not intuitive, not at all.
Over your head like this. It's like, who the hell is going to do that? It made no sense.
Versus, casting your first spell in Zenith. When you got, I think for the DPS mage, it's like the fireball or something. It's like squeeze the trigger and throw it, and you're like, zzz, and you're done. Like it told you how to do it, but it was intuitive enough that if it didn't say anything, you'd probably figure it out on accident. You're not trying to paint a letter H in the sky that just doesn't work. It was so terrible.
It was so hard. Me and Meta decided most difficult class. Let's try Rune Mage. Sounds great.
Yeah, I was like, I want to learn. Teach me. I want to be better. I'll spend more time. I'll be better than all the other players. And I instantly was like, everyone else has more time than I do. I can't do this. This is a lot.
But I will say it was really.
Every time I want to throw a massive fireball in your face. No, thank you.
But when it comes to the social aspect, that was one thing that was cool about Orbis is that if you played long enough, you'd find out that there's a certain area where the rune mages meet to teach each other how to do it. And
that's
so
awesome. So that's a great community building.
And you're like, whoa, okay. And then I went and learned it all, just like spending a couple hours with a bunch of people just all in this one area. So
I will say,
but here's the
chance of affliction pretty quickly. I can still draw it.
But that's kind of one of the problems with a social game, though. When I jumped into Orbis, it was well after a lot of people were playing it.
Yeah.
And so the first time I played Orbis, there was no one around to tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And so all I had was their tutorial and the things that pop up, and you don't even know where to look. At some point, I ended up looking straight up and realized there's a whole ton of information way at the top. What's it doing up there?
Right.
So when they depend so heavily on a community, you've got to have a community, and to keep a community, you've got to have content, which is really what we're running into with Zenith, in that the only content we have now is kind of what we make. So whether it's Meta putting on this ridiculous race to an island in the sky, or us going on a treasure hunt to figure out how far outside of the map we can get, or
tavern into a strip club.
Turn the tavern into a strip club.
Does everyone remember who won the race?
Me. I was on top first. I was the first person up there. So,
well, sometimes you just don't get there quite quick enough.
I was there. I couldn't open my inventory because it was still on the ground for some reason.
Well, sometimes when you cheat at races, you get burned.
Look at his eyebrows.
I'm being so expressive. I got the gestures.
But it's really getting to a point where I think something like PvP is what any of these games need, because if you've got people you can fight, you've got a new person to play against. It's not dependent on them to come up with something, because we'll all come up with something. And if they could refine the social structure of the game, it'd be easier to find people to play with, so you can do this off the wall crap that we've been doing. And
I think that's a great segue. Oh, sorry, what were you gonna say, Zay?
Oh no, I was saying he said capture the flag would be so fun.
Yes, and that brings us to I think the next thing we should talk about is the future of VR MMOs, and just speculate on what we want from Zenith in the future, or what could we get from Elysium, what could we get all from that, and just what do we want to see in general, just all these games and everything for the future.
Who all wants PvP?
Everybody.
I do.
Yeah. And I want PvP.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. So are you the only one here that doesn't want PvP? Does everyone else want PvP?
I do.
I want it in a different. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it depends on how they implement it. How are they going to
So,
implement?
what bad experiences did you have in WoW? Who touched
Got
you?
my ass kicked all the
Who
damn
touched you? And where did they touch you?
Yes, ma'am.
Show me on the doll.
Get wrecked,
Where the
noob.
bad.
What did the bad man do to you?
Ganked. Real link tank. Ganked. I mean.
I used to get tortured. I'm having flashbacks now.
So I started
bro,
WoW on Illidan, which is a PvP server.
Mm-hmm. I left it
And
really quickly.
and I remember wandering around because my roommate talked me into flagging for PvP, walking around and just in the middle of nowhere getting ganked because you got those undead rogues just kind of hanging out. And
They're noobs
you
like
got nothing
us.
better to do at level 60 than take out a level 5 or whatever. But
I used to hide in the damn chimney of a house. I don't know how long in the little goodie area because I was bad or something. I can't even remember where it was, but I hid in that damn chimney for like an hour because they were just camping me.
yeah.
And I hated that shit. I'm over there cussing up a damn storm and every. I mean, I would never cuss, but you know.
Well, so you know, Orbis and other games now, even WoW, I think they do use the PvP flag, so you don't have like a dedicated server for PvP.
Open it up.
Does something like that solve it for you, or even a PvP zone? So, like, let's say in Zenith,
It would
you
because
know,
I just
under the world boss, they put a Coliseum or something, so you can drop in and you choose to fight.
That would be fun.
I would
That
go
would-
okay.
Do you think you'd participate in that, or
Yeah.
okay?
That would be fun. I just don't like walking in an area and minding my own business or having a, I get distracted easy and I can't fly very well. And so my ass gonna be on the ground most of the time.
Established.
It would take me 2 hours to get to where I wanted to go. I couldn't kill.
Now, one thing when you talk about PvP zones, like in WoW, you had contested areas where you have to go there. There's no way to other zones except to walk through them. And I remember in, what was it, Ashenvale or Aberdeen, one of the low level night elf areas, you have to walk through, and it's a contested zone. It's where they first put the battlegrounds.
Oh,
And every time I'm trying to go through there, just it's horrible. You're running on the path. You couldn't do anything. You're too low level to have your stealth abilities, so you can't even hide. But so the zones versus flags comment, you know, it's fun, and when you get high level, you know, yeah, it's kind of fun to deal with it. But I think kind of the way gaming has gone, you know, they consider that griefing now, and you know, most games don't let you grief, which is, you know, I don't know how to feel about it. But
Yeah, the duel would be neat. I remember doing the duel. That was fun.
The
Yeah.
duel was fun, but like, you remember when Burning Crusade came out? Anybody?
yeah, but what
First
specifically?
expansion of World of Warcraft after vanilla, it was Burning Crusade. You went into like the outer world
Mhm.
and
Go through
in
the portal?
Yeah, you had to go through the dark portal, and then in the first zone, I think it was in I forget the name, but they had like this whole. It wasn't even a zone; it was a part of the map, and you walked in between these few towers, and you were automatically flagged for PvP. And then anybody in that area could come and find you and gank you. It was like it was thrilling. It was irritating.
Terrifying.
It was fun. It pissed you off, but it made you watch out. It was just
So
it like added.
so imagine that.
to the game.
Imagine that in VR. You can't see behind you. You're not a 3D model. You're just trying to go grab the flowers you've got to get for your quest.
I'd be that dead one right there.
And they
And
did.
then
You
you
just said
hear
that.
some 12-year-old snickering in his mic. He's like, and then you're dead. You know?
Yeah, see, I would like to see PvP be a lot more structured with like very specific PvP things where you go to the PvP area and they have like capture the flag. They have like, you know, 4v4, 5v5.
Yes.
They have like a couple different variations of PvP that's totally separate from the game.
So you're
you go to
looking
the
for something to
PvP
cater to
and it's
esports.
structured.
I would love the ability to smack folks. Samaldo.
Right?
I'm
Yeah.
coming.
Because I
I
always
would
want
love
the
to
people
smack
and
folks,
give them a
punch
little,
them. Right. Just
but it doesn't do
Yeah.
nothing. Where's my
I want
reaction?
you to use just a feel.
What's up, Bonely?
Right.
Right.
When Meta's off in the middle of the mountains looking at pixels and thinking about the future.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of just randomly running around attacking people, especially in VR, because I think it'll turn people off. It'll be that aggressive, like, and just it can't be random. I think it would really have to be structured for it to work really well.
Well, and
There should just be a
talking
PvP
about
zone. Just create a
But
second
even
zone
that's
of the
just so
map.
random. You're just gonna go in there and everyone just kills each other. You just gang kill. I mean, I'd like to see it more structured or more of a game of PvP as opposed to just. It just
Well,
seems
and
like it would
that's-
just be stupid. I mean,
and
it'd
that's
be
how
like, what,
previous
15 of us gang killing people, like just chilling. Like I don't know.
well, that's
Just
how
like-
previous MMOs have done it. Is you've got something you've got to capture, so you have enough of your. I guess in this game it'd be your guild or something because we don't really have races or anything else to distinguish who you belong to.
Just
But you've got areas of the map you have to take over, and that's what made PvP so fun. Is you're actively influencing the campaign for your people or whatever you belong to, and that's what I would love to see is where. Because then it's important. Then Laughing Coffin has it in the bag because they've got 9,000 people. Because you go
Hellfire
into an
Peninsula.
area.
That's where,
Hellfire, yes.
that was the first. Like you're saying, you walk in, you've got 4 towers and a main area, and you can walk in. You have to individually capture 4 places in this zone. But whenever you're in that zone, you best watch out because they come for you.
But it's another thing with VR, though. I mean, you've really got to figure out how to balance it because you
Well, if they
can't
don't-
see the play area. You can't.
So, if this pot leaf may interject.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I was super pro PvP until I just heard Bonely explain it like that. now I'm less sure. So, because I agree, it could be a problem if I were still new to not just like an MMORPG, like I was new to an MMORPG, but if I was new to VR and new to an MMORPG, and some dude just like ran up to me and just murdered me, like just capped me every single time I tried to do anything, that would be the worst.
Well,
And so I think what they really need to fix that, in the meantime at least, is to make it somewhat competitive in another way, even if it's not like combat competitive. If they like had a separate like zone, those like world boss kills, and like
A scoreboard.
had it so that like if they just introduced scoreboards of some. Kier is leaving the Twitch stream. Everybody,
I'm going outside.
He is dipping out.
We are going outside, baby.
But
Welcome
yeah,
the street.
this is
I mean,
how
to that-
things get
Now we're
made.
here.
To that point, though, I mean, that's where you have a global PvP flag. You make it impossible. You make it very clear.
yes,
If
and
you push this button, you're gonna die.
that's the thing. In Orbis, they had that. So, like, if you said, I don't want to be in PvP, then nobody can attack you. And you can just do your thing, chill, smell the flowers. But if you feel like you're into it, then you can turn it on. So that would work. But I do want, like, a team. I would like it to be team-oriented
That's
things.
what I'm
That would be
saying.
fun. That would be, I feel like that would be fun.
Who is Real Link Tank? Is this Smaldo?
Yes, it is. I think he has to be nice to me first.
So Zay has the final say, but
Mm-hmm. Come
I'll
on, big boy. We'll talk
she'll-
about this when we get in the
she'll
game.
send you the link after you interview for the process.
It's too bad you're not a pot leaf.
So,
Right.
one of the great things about this format and kind of our plans for all the show.
Oh,
I mean, I
yeah.
know we've been just bouncing all over the place tonight because we're all excited to be doing this finally. But one of the great things about this format is we can bring anyone on. One night it might just be 1 or 2 of us chatting, and the other times we could have 10 people on stream. And And we're hoping to bring on guests and eventually get to a point where people want to watch this other than people we talk to normally. And, it's really something we're looking forward to. But yeah, if you want to show up on stream, all you got to do is talk to one of us and we can get you a link to pop in.
Yeah, being on that Discord, baby, we're trying to get the Crimson Council to be known. Get your ass in here, Somaldo. What you doing, fool?
So
wait, pot leaf though. That's my pot leaf.
So besides PvP, which is something that we definitely know is coming, what else do you think? Like, what do you want that we don't know is coming? Like, one thing I would love in Zenith that I think could be really fun is if you made like more of a longer event in the city that you start in, where Brim is and all that. Nothing goes on there, but it'd be interesting if they tried to like have a giant invasion there, like from all angles. I don't know. I feel like they could utilize their spaces in different ways.
I feel what you're saying. Like, you got to like defend the city almost. Like,
yeah.
In some parts of I think I forget which expansion it is in WoW, and we don't need to name it, but in some expansions, they have like a defend the city where you're like fighting. It's Alliance and Horde. You get to choose a faction, obviously. So when you start, you pick a faction and you pick your class based in that faction, and then you have to attack the defending city. You have to attack their like the defending faction city. So it'd be like Alliance versus Horde, and then you have all these classes clashing at the same time. But like it would be like man versus robot, let's just say. And so humans fighting robots, defending the city for Zenith.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I don't mean to interrupt as a pot leaf again, but I'm sorry guys, I'm not trying to keep the gag running, but I can't get over the fact that I'm a pot leaf. Anyways, William has asked something in the chat here.
Yes.
What if he's a robot?
What?
What if he's a robot and I'm a pot leaf and you guys are the weird ones because you're real people? For all you know, Zay and K, because you've never been on group chat with me, in game, I'm an anime avatar, but in real life, I'm a pot leaf.
How many marijuanas have you had today?
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I know my rights. I plead the fifth.
And I'm fairly sure if I understand Twitch's terms of service, as long as you are in the area of the country where it's legal, then you're okay talking about it and doing it. We can't promote it. We can't tell people to do it, and we shouldn't glamorize it by like parading around as a giant pot leaf or something like that. So as long as we don't do that, we're probably okay. But,
I think tobacco is legal in every state. I'm not
yeah.
sure though.
Do you think Twitch would actually have an issue with the pot leaf?
So what their issue is if it's glorified, you make kids want to do it. So our channel is listed as mature because I know us, and I figured it was probably the best thing to do. And as long as you're a mature filtered stream, I think those topics are okay. They do specifically say like they don't like it, but they don't say don't do it. So
I can
if
be
we were
so many
to
other things. I just really like being a pot leaf.
if we were to develop strikes or things like that, then they could definitely use it as a reason to get rid of us. But again, with our massive following so far of 7, I'm not that worried about it.
Hey, 7 is growing.
Hey, that's more than 0, which honestly I kind of thought we'd be at this point in the
I'm
stream.
not sure which 7 of you are the 7 because I'm a pot leaf and I'm incompetent. But aside from that, he just insulted you all. You should find him next time you see him in game and murk his ass.
Murk him. Once we get PvP, all in. You guys come after me. I'm not like muted Zay up there. But I'll probably fly. What you eating, girl?
Nothing. Ice.
What you eating? What you got?
Ice.
They were laughing about something. Something happened.
I was eating a really sour candy, and the shit just about made me barf.
Ice is illegal in every state.
That hurt my cheek so bad. And she's just laughing at me. Didn't even like support me or ask me if I was okay.
I just asked her if she's okay.
I'm dying. Y'all seen
I
it.
asked her if she wanted some more, and she said
What?
no.
What kind of candy was it? What kind of candy you got?
It's
I
like
can't
these
wait.
like sour, like
Guys, I can't wait to tell. Just as an aside, real quick, very on topic, I promise. But I can't wait to tell my family that the first time I went on Twitch, I was concerned about how employers would see me, and I decided it was a smart move to go on as a giant pot
a
leaf.
giant pop.
Your parents are going to be very proud.
Yeah, as we're watching the show, I'm thinking in my head, all right, I can't tell this person to watch. I can't tell this person to watch.
My daughter's here right now.
I'm
And
like,
she
my daughter's got to unsubscribe. We're going to lose a subscriber.
What was that
no.
say?
Did anyone tell their young children to watch today?
No,
I
my
wouldn't have
daughter's over
chosen
here.
a pot leaf.
She said, yes, I see that that's a pot leaf. I'm not blind.
Mom, why are you involved? Hey, so we agreed early on that if the pot leaf became an issue, there was a backup. So the backup.
Oh yeah, let's see it.
I like
Hey
the
guys, you oughter be ready for this one.
Oh God! I'm only ready.
Hang on.
I'm only ready.
While he's switching, I've got another fun clip from Captain Kickass.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh no.
Oh,
I'm
sweet,
not-
hilarious monster of a man. You creative weirdo. That's fucking great, dude. Oh, nice. Like, I like the genitals. Well done, sir. What did you leave up here? Another one. I love it, man. It's like little breadcrumbs leading to the world boss. I fucking love that guy.
Oh my God!
I don't love that.
I
You
picked
oughta
the wrong
be ready
one.
for this one.
Hey, Meta, I prefer the otter one.
I gotta be
I
honest.
said I like the
I
otter.
look like I'm in a little chair.
William, thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate you hanging out with us for a little bit. We'll see you in game.
Thank you, William.
See you there for sure.
What is wrong with you? Like seriously?
It looks like he's cussing me out.
I feel like I'm missing
This is
out
a
here.
friendly otter. I would never do that.
You look like you're just cussing up a storm.
Yeah.
Get your mind out of the gutter. This is a children's show. I just made it so we don't have to be marked mature.
I was
Say
gonna say
thank
you
you.
were just a pot leaf. I know you were.
I don't think the otter's gonna quite do the trick to make it not.
Oh no!
All right, so to underail the stream,
To re-rail.
re-rail. So we're talking about the future of VRMMOs. We've got Alicia coming out. We've got what some people are saying are huge updates for Zenith. It's going to bring, what did that guy say, like 120 hours of content or something like that.
Is it the ninja?
Yeah, they've got the ninja coming, the
I want-
cyber ninja.
Are they counting that as like a whole nother run through of hours, basically? Is that what they're adding 120
It
hours?
could be.
They're probably adding that in as the full, whole nother run through.
Well, so looking through like their roadmap and their stretch goals from Kickstarter, I mean, it's definitely not the game they're showing in their roadmap. So, I've seen, for me, the big thing is I want instance dungeons. I want to go in, I want to have strategy to take down bosses. I want to have dedicated roles that actually matter. Right now it's kind of just be a DPS mage or a tank mage and own everything. That's what the game feels like to me.
Yeah.
So I think they've got to learn balance. They've got to, content is very important, but they've got to make things make a lot more sense.
I agree with the balance, but like you're saying, instance dungeons and things. I feel like they should understand their player base and know where we're coming from and how we're coming at it. Like I've been trying to promote, let's try a 10-man world boss takedown with 2 tanks, 2 healers, 3 BM DPS, and 3 EM DPS, and see if that works. Because like in what I hate to keep bringing up WoW, but like there's 10-man raids, 25-man raids. I think they got rid of 40-man raids.
40-mans were the OG.
Yeah, but that's the OG trying to take down Anixia. Bring it.
Need that buff. Who is playing Recorder right now?
I know you can't see anything but this friendly honor, but it's actually not me. Don't blame me.
It might be my chair.
Yeah, so
Yep, that's it.
Oh no, but I'm curious for the people who played MMOs before, because one of the things I loved about traditional RPGs, that's what I played before getting into VRMMO, was storyline. Was in the other MMOs, I know you've got all the other people to kind of make up for a storyline, but was there big stories in other MMOs or?
So actually, funny story. So like with WoW, initially there's a ton of lore. Like there's a whole lot of ridiculous lore, but the game itself, the quest lines, you'd go into a zone and you'd have like one quest, and then you'd grind. So no, you didn't get a whole lot of story from the game, and it wasn't until they learned that people would just do the whole quest line. So you've got level 30 or level 10 people in a level 30 area because they're trying to do the next quest. And that's when they realized they had to develop this crazy storyline. And it really, that's kind of the whole birth of the storytelling in MMORPG, as opposed to like, I'm not a big RPG guy. Like I liked Pokemon maybe when I was young, but I've never been big into RPGs. But for some reason, MMORPG makes it a game I love playing.
No, and I understand that, but I'm just curious. Like that's maybe if we were going to talk about things we want to see. I don't know if Zenith at this point will try to enact that, but like it would be, Elysium. I'm curious, is that going to have more story, or what would it be like? I would like that. I would like more of a story to go.
So Elysium's tagline is returning to the glory days of MMORPGs. So I think there's going to be really story-rich experience because, that, again, when I think glory days, I think back to all the crazy amounts of lore that you could just get lost in. And so I would hope so. And, I still have my fingers crossed that someone's going to buy Zenith and turn it into that kind of game.
When is the other game supposed to be released?
No idea.
Yeah.
They're not even into their second alpha yet.
Yeah, first alpha.
Yeah, no, we still have hundreds of world boss kills to go before Elysia comes.
It doesn't look like there's going to be flying in that game, right?
Yeah, there is. It's kind of Fortnite style, so you've got a glider that you pop up.
Oh, a glider. Okay. That's good.
So,
We got a high ass Gucci now.
And I've also noticed they're kind of riffing on the little pet battles. So it's like you can pets and tame them, and then it's like you can say me and Kitty were to have 2 different pets, and we were like wanting to level them up. We could like Pokemon battle each other.
So how much time did you waste in WoW getting your rare pets and your all that crap so you could, what do they call it? It wasn't pet battle pets. Is that what it was? Battle pets?
It was pet battles, yeah. I don't want to talk about how much time I spent on that because that was like
how much real money did you spend? How
like
many
$40.
real dollars?
Yeah, why is the Fox going crazy, bro? Are we just gonna avoid this? They're dancing, the Fox going crazy.
If you pretend he's not there, maybe he'll just go away.
Stevie Wonder up there.
He's dancing.
Yeah, spotlight.
His tail
What is he doing?
I'm shy. I'm a shy dog. No, but in all seriousness, as a serious dog,
Serious
had-
dog.
Yes, we're listening.
Yeah, we're listening. What you got to say on the subject, Meta?
next person.
um, is you know when it really comes to what I really want for the future is, you know, and Bondly, like, because we talked earlier about, like, do you think it will really take off? And when if VR really takes off, then we'll actually get what they call AAA games. We'll get the actual real money, real developers behind it. I mean, it would just be, I don't know if anybody's played Half-Life Alyx, but if you could get a game of that quality, but an MMO RPG, like, that would just be the best thing in the world. I just really hope that it gets to that point.
I feel like because of Zenith and because of Orbis and what's coming with Alicia or Elysia, however the hell you want to say it, I feel like there's so much development that could be had from it because, like, right now you can fly, you can do your quests, you can kill a world boss. They have the elite targets, which are like the brothers and the boss in Sporewood. Every area kind of has like an elite boss that drops the godstones. I feel like they can take it in so many directions just based off of what they've already created. They kind of like, it's like they threw a blanket out onto a bed and were like, let him enjoy that. And then now let's put pillows on there. Huh? Pillows? Anybody?
Pillows.
I got some pillows for you right
What
here.
do you think, Zoe? What's your opinion on what Kier just said?
I'm really interested to see
Yeah,
what they
yeah.
think about it as well.
Yeah, I want to know what your opinion is on what Kier just said.
We're not moving on until you give this opinion.
Oh, what's that? You weren't paying attention. Is that what
I
happened?
always talk. Ask her.
Okay, yeah.
So you paid
Hey,
attention.
what do you
I'm
think?
gonna need to hear the
She
response.
was distracting me, so I didn't get to hear everything. It was all her fault.
Do
See,
you
this
see
is
the
why you need to be a fox.
Just to reiterate, they're
You're not a
wondering,
fox. You're a
like,
Shiba.
where can we go in MMOs in VR based off what we have now? And I think we have quests. We have cooking. God, Jesus, Meta, what are you? No. Another box in there with you?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
As we were saying,
I really feel like they could develop like who was it? Real Link Tank, our most popular commenter. I feel like they really could develop more lore and kind of they've like created themselves a base layer, and right now they're just kind of trying to test the waters out. I know they only have so many developers, but they could really work on the lore and the things you can do in game, like catching pets or like going out and trapping animals and using them just as something to follow you around, because people really enjoy that kind of thing, having like a mount or a pet. Right now we can fly, so like why can't I fly riding a dragon? You know, where's my dragon that I can fly on? Where's my flying carpet?
or in another angle, why aren't there any flying enemies? Like, if they made a giant dragon that you had to
Why
fight,
is there
like, that would
not
be a great
different zones?
enemy.
We have so many different. Oh, I have something to say, guys. By the way, this hungry wolf has something
Stop
to say.
winking at me. Stop winking. He just keeps winking. Look at him.
There's all those shops and there's nothing to do with them. Like,
Anyways, so sorry.
no, you're good though.
Okay, I'm a sad dog. But anyways, so what I think is absurd is that we only operate on a flat surface in Zenith. Like, we can fly, but there's no floating area. There's nowhere in the clouds. There should be somewhere in the clouds, like Skyward Sword from Zelda.
Yeah, that's a good
Like,
point.
there
And you
should
have to,
be
like,
an
get there.
overworld zone, just like there's an
Yeah.
underworld, and the underworld should be expanded. You should be able to go down into caves, and those caves interconnect and have like a separate area. We can move in like more than one direction, but we're only staying on the single floor of the Zenith building.
Yeah, Orbis doesn't do it great, but they do have kind of that. You feel a little bit more.
Immersive.
Yeah, I know what you're talking. Yeah, a little bit more. Well, not immersive because that game is not is the least immersive game in VR.
Oh
but
no, I think that's
there are
exactly
more levels. There's more levels.
Yeah, but that's something that, like, is I don't want to be that person that compares Zenith to Sword Art Online, but like where Sword Art Online got it right, like with the floors, like each floor is a different. You can move, and there's an above me, there's a below me. You know, there are people on the same server as me, but they're below me or they're above
If
me.
you're
Like
if you're in 3D space, you should use it.
exactly.
Because we don't have a camera above us watching us. So it doesn't make sense to limit us to this flat expanse.
Exactly.
When, I mean, you know, I think the problem with that is they're using Vivix for voice. So when you start talking proximity, you know, if you're in an office building, you're hearing 107 people, even though you're on 10 different floors.
Well, then make an empty space in between them, far enough outside of the audio capture zone, and just make it a little bit of a time to get over there, and have a fast travel once you've unlocked it.
I mean, and I think, you know, to me, the coolest area in Zenith was the mushroom area, because you go in and it has you doing different levels of stuff, and they even have like that area with the girls that want to fight
the prisoner platforms where you got to pull
Yeah.
the levers and you're climbing, slamming buttons. Yeah,
Like they tried, they thought this would be cool in VR, and it was. It was frustrating, but it was really cool.
No.
I met Zay after that point in life. I would have loved to have known her when she was going through that area the first time. I think it would have been a fun watch.
It was not pretty. Actually, we met. Right. No, we had some people. Who was that hurt us? Somebody hurt us
Maldo.
in the guild. They hurt us arguing for one, which we would never do. Yeah, Orchid did. But
I heard you two arguing when you were like level 12. I was like level 30 in the city. I heard you two going at it, and I was like, look at these two sisters playing games together. Find out.
I'm sure she started it. I swear. What's with the bear?
Oh my god, man!
I'm like making a smoothie, and you two over like, no. Yeah, but I think, but maybe we should. No, I don't think we. But hear me out.
That's what we're known for. It's so funny. We had patty cakes actually, and there was Orchid. Orchid word this is before that. What's with the bear? Oh my god.
How are we supposed to take you seriously like that, man? Do you need some sandwiches? What's going on?
It's great though. Don't act like you don't love the bear.
Yeah, we met Samaldo because we all were just a big group of random people fighting that the demon dog.
Yep.
But that dog wasn't where it was now. It was in the Scarlet Vale.
Yeah, they moved him.
Yeah, and we all got slaughtered, all of us. And so Samaldo he's the one who started it, right? Yeah, he was like, we should be a guild, and then he literally ripped us a whole new one. We all got slaughtered repeatedly, and we all became the guild. And I don't know, I guess we all server hopped and got lost. But yeah, that I don't know how many. You probably heard us arguing too.
And then you found Crimson.
Yeah, you know what it was.
Yeah, buddy, you found Crimson.
Aki got us in. Yeah, Aki introduced us to you guys, and then
Dog
shortly
it.
after that, after we stopped Kitty was there, and we kind of like pressured him to get in there as well.
So
we were stalking him.
So I joined up. So the night I remember sitting on the boss platform the night Crimson showed up, and at first there was like 4 of you, and I remember thinking, "Oh man, there's already like a real guild here." And then all of a sudden, my buddy I'd been playing with for weeks shows up with a Crimson Council tag, and I was like, "Jay-Woo, why did you drink the Kool-Aid?" And he had no idea what I was talking about. He didn't catch on. And then Zay and Kay show up, and they're both with Crimson, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll join. And I'm really glad I did, because you guys are awesome. And you know, one of the things I've always liked about multiplayer gaming is there's these friendships you make that last a long time. And
Me
it
and
really,
Meta and Jay Woo and Fink and Smokebender, Crimson Council, baby. Everybody gets a vote.
Hey.
Smokebender on.
We all make decisions.
The reason I joined Crimson was Jay Woo was helping me so much. I just ran into Jay Woo.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'll help you with everything. And that's one of the things I love about Zenith just in general, but especially Crimson Council is I just love being like, oh, I need help. And then somebody's like, yeah, I'll help you out. And then they just come along and just totally help you out.
so my third or fourth day in game, I was working on I don't know, I was maybe level 20.
No, level
And
40.
I didn't know how to. No, I did fast, but it wasn't that fast. But I didn't understand the group activity, the god dang it, public events. I didn't quite get them. I didn't realize you could chain them and new things would happen. And so the grind was really slow. And Jay was just playing with me for, I think we played like 6 hours that night. And I remember thinking it was insane that anyone would play a game for that long, a VR game. Because up until now, I might have played 30 minutes in VR at a time. And yeah, that night, you know, it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm finally like, I got to go to bed. And he's like, all right, dude, I'll see you later. It was nice playing with you. He's just running around swinging his swords. But unless anyone brings up Peter Thiel, and then your night's over.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, it really, you know, I think every one of us had these crazy interactions with Jay-Woo before we even,
Not a.
because he's running around taking care of everybody.
I'll tell you how I joined the guild. So what happened was that the night before, I was with my buddy, and I was super on, and I went to the Refracted Plains, and I just grabbed a bunch of newbies, and I'm like, we're going to the cave. And I took them to the Naga Cave and ran like 20 people through the Naga Cave. And when it was done, I'm like, all right, now join the guild. You're part of the guild. You're part of the guild. I just started joining them to this random guild I never planned on doing. And so I just had all these members. I had no idea who anybody was. And then I was just rolling around the next day like, oh, this is a waste. And then I ran into Crimson people, and they're like, oh, you're part of the wrong guild. And I'm like, man, I don't care about that guild. I just got rid of it, scratched it, and joined.
Do you remember who talked you into joining up?
I met Meta.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You're the only one for us.
Oh,
I didn't
man.
Later.
We only have eyes for you.
That's right.
I'm only wanna be with you.
Yeah, that's right. And then we were kissing the ring. You know, I got everybody to kiss the ring. That was fun.
Oh, do I have a character
Yeah,
you
if
can kiss
anyone's
their ring?
wondering, it's because Meta sits with his knee up and plays.
Yes.
Yep, exactly.
And so
Yes, that is exactly correct.
he's
I'm
just like,
lazy, and that's what I
Hey
do.
guys, we're gonna. Hey, if you were wondering, we're gonna go over here. And it's like, all right,
Dude, I'm a chill guy. I'm a chill guy. I just, yeah. Like, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
If you were here with me, that I would just be like, chill, kicked back like that. That's exactly correct.
All right, guys. It is after 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, since we have time zone issues. So that puts us at an hour and a half so far for the stream. I know we're all having a good time chatting and hanging out, but how do you guys feel about going ahead and calling it a night for the stream and then actually playing the game we're talking about?
Duh.
I'm down. I gotta eat some din din, and I'm gonna be on.
Okay. So yeah, so
I
I like play.
I just want
Wait.
to.
I can never let him on. He's got to be our man in the chat.
Oh, he's got. I got to interview him.
I know this wasn't. I know this wasn't in the schedule, but if we're ready to go, does it, last words, everybody? Anybody have any last words?
And I think the giraffe head should speak
That's
last.
the end it right there.
I think we all are coming to realize that we all, whether we realize it or not, love MMOs, especially MMORPGs, and we're waiting for the next best thing. And for now, we're gonna kill that fucking world boss until he stops spawning. So
Oh, I hope that we
All
don't do
four of
that.
them.
That'd be bad.
Until
We might need to
let's
reach out
not
to
break the
devs if that
server.
yeah, reach out to the devs. We did it again. Now there's
happens.
7 of them.
I don't support this.
I have pics of when there was 4 on one platform, and that was scary. I don't know how I made it out alive.
It looks really good. Oh, your hair looks really good.
All right.
It does look
Close it
really
out.
good. Your hair looks great.
Okay.
I was muted. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're telling the
All right.
truth. Over there. It's all right.
Black. It's really
I was
pretty
like,
today.
what you talking about?
Oh, good girl.
And let me say, it's so nice seeing everyone except for Meta.
And you got them inches. You got them inches
It's
over
not-
there.
Oh no, I clicked the wrong one. I wanted to change to a different
How long
avatar.
you been
but
growing
now
your
I'm
hair
stuck
for?
What?
loading.
3 years.
But
Yeah.
yeah, as far as last words, I do.
I just trying to look like me.
Okay, no, this isn't what I meant to click. Okay, just wait.
No, you gotta keep it now.
This is
Um,
what I was going for.
Teen Wolf? What is like? You're a furry now. I feel like that could be you in real life, to be honest.
No! Here we go.
Don't
This
push
is
me
what
because I'm close to.
Thank you for changing that.
So we've got happy feet down there, but
Yes. Very happy feet.
I do want to thank everyone that did show up to watch us. It's a lot of fun having people actually interacting with us and being here. But believe it or not, this isn't going to be a Zenith stream. It's actually going to be about VR. I think we're all really excited to kind of just talk about the things we love. And I know right now for me, the thing I'm loving is hanging out with you guys, and that happens to be in Zenith. But hopefully it'll be Alicia sometime soon. Because I don't think Orbis is going to work out for any of us. But Pandian loves it, so I don't know. Maybe it's worth it. But
We love you too, Ben.
oh, thanks. It's Kitty. But
Government name.
but yeah, it was great hanging out with you guys again tonight, and
And we'll be on next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, every Wednesday, one of us will be here, if not all of us, and more of us. But
I already told my boss
8:30 Central.
I get off early for this. For you people.
So Pandian just posted in Discord. It's like I don't play Orbis that much anymore. I haven't played in months. Why aren't you in Twitch chatting with everybody?
Yeah, come on, Pandian.
You gotta bump our numbers up, man. How are you watching us if you're not on Twitch?
Hey, Kitty, do you want to tell them what we plan on doing with the after party? How we're going to be running that moving forward?
So I don't know about tonight because we didn't really talk about it with everyone, but yeah, eventually we want to move this into a point where Wednesday night as a whole is just kind of dedicated to hanging out after the stream. So whether that's us heading into the tavern and screwing around for hours and getting to meet people.
The eggplant away, sir.
We need those in game.
plus one for eggplants, absolutely. But yeah, where we kind of move it as a whole night, so we have the stream and we get out information. Hopefully we've got news to share about VR and actually some real content that's not just us screwing around the whole night making fun of Meta as he is incredibly stoned and being different 3D characters.
But it worked. That worked.
And then,
That worked.
and then move from there into playing into whatever game we're enjoying. So right now it's definitely Zenith, so it makes sense to take off, and then 20 minutes after we go offline here, arrange to meet up on the boss platform or in the tavern or something, so that we can kind of hang out and just talk to the people that are watching us and do whatever. But
Yeah, man.
you know, for tonight, I've got to go grab some dinner, and then I'll be hopping in the game. I don't know if we really have a plan, or if you guys want to be social, or if you guys want to get stuff done. Wait, no, there's nothing to do in the game. I forgot. Yeah, so let's be
We're all
social.
in game. Desert.
Yeah, man.
But
Now we got to bring the
For
show
real?
to the game and start telling
yeah,
people in the game about the show so that we can get them
Yes.
involved in what's going on. That should be the mission. Get on the
Yeah.
game and start telling people about this damn show.
and
that
like-
people
So
can
hold
come and
on,
watch.
hold on.
Mhm.
Should we all, like Meta has been mentioning, should we just go find a random server and just go promote that?
Shard Invasion Day!
Let's do
I've
it.
been
Yeah.
shouting it from the rooftops. No
Let's
one
do
shows
it.
up to my events. I
Wednesday,
planned them.
promote
I
the
tried,
show.
but I'm just
Get
an
on that.
eggplant.
He's got one tooth. Did you see that? Did he not just
Yeah,
have
he's got
one?
teeth in there.
Smile.
Move closer. Move closer.
Take a good look.
He said, "Take a good look."
Give us a count. There we
Can-
go.
can I ask how it is that you look more stoned as an eggplant than you did a weed leaf?
No.
I'm so over you.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for showing up. Yeah, like we said, we'll be here every Wednesday doing this. Hopefully, we'll all get huge and famous, and we'll get free keys to Alicia or something.
I don't want to get
Um,
huge. I'm trying to lose weight. Just saying.
What was that?
I don't want to get huge. I don't want to be huge.
Huge,
Huge.
Wait.
hugely, big,
Right.
big.
Greatly huge.
Not feeling that
Every
at all.
day.
We will get
Beautiful.
popular. We will get
China.
popular.
China.
Guys, we can't.
Did you say vagina?
No.
It's not political
Yeah.
yet. It's okay to do this.
Vagina.
We just
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
commentate on any of that.
It's
We're gonna be
But
huge.
it's gonna be
We're gonna
huge.
do great things. Moving forward, taking Zenith into the new world. Make Zenith great again.
And on that, good night.
Thank you. Thank you.